Welcome to this first video in a series of 7 on the basics of how to defend yourself against a traffic ticket. This video deals with what to do when you're pulled over by a police officer. Now, whether you've dealt with the police before or not, it's a natural human reaction to feel somewhat intimidated on being pulled over. People go through a whole wide range of emotions at a traffic stop, whether it's embarrassment, they feel wronged, they get quite upset when they get a ticket, they become emotionally as far as going to tears even. For many people, this is a very traumatic thing. They've never been charged with anything else before in their life. They've always been a law-abiding citizen, and they become quite upset. But you need to remember that it's very important to remain calm. Keep things in a perspective. Even if you do end up getting a ticket, all you have at the time is a piece of paper in your hand from a police officer who's alleged that you've committed an infraction against the Highway Traffic Act. You haven't been convicted of anything yet, and you have the right to take the matter to traffic court. The Crown has to prove their case against you, unless you decide later on to just plead guilty and go and pay your ticket. So keep that in perspective and keep your emotions in check. It's important that you be polite and that you be quiet. Remember, first of all, the police officer is not picking on you. They're just doing their job, so there's no need to be rude about it. Also, you're going to be asked to produce your driver's license and registration, and if you don't have them with you, you may be questioned on your particulars, and you're required to answer those questions, and you're required to have your driver's license and registration with you by law. Now, you're not obliged to answer any questions regarding the alleged offense. The police officer may ask you questions like, did you know how fast you were going, or did you know you were speeding? You don't have to say anything to that. If you feel you need to say something just to remain being polite, you can simply say something generic like, was I, or I thought I was doing the speed limit. It's very important that you don't debate or dispute the ticket at the scene. It's not the time or the place, and it's not worth the aggravation or the extra time that you'll end up being stopped. Also, you don't want to stand out to the police. If you start threatening to take the matter to court, the officers are naturally going to make extra notes on the back of the ticket detailing their version of the offense, and they're going to make sure that all the I's are dotted and all the T's are crossed so that if the matter does go to court, they're going to win their case. So you don't need to stand out. If you're going to get a ticket, just end up getting your ticket, be quiet, and be on your way. Also, you might have gotten a break if you hadn't opened your mouth. Whether you were pulled over for a speeding ticket or red light offense, whichever, or any other type of Highway Traffic Act offense, you may not have your driver's license or registration with you, or you may have had a tail light out or a license plate missing, and the officer might have decided that they were just going to ticket you for maybe the speeding or the red light and give you a break on all the other infractions. But if you start debating the ticket, you may end up getting a ticket for every one of those. Or you may have just been pulled over for a speeding or a red light, and maybe you have a clean license, and the police officer was going to give you a break. Again, though, if you start debating or disputing the ticket, then chances are likely that you're going to end up getting one. Don't drop names of other police officers while you're being stopped. It's not a good practice. And remember, if you have a friend who's a police officer, he may be your friend, but chances are he may not be the friend of the officer who's pulled you over. He may have been somebody you worked with and didn't like him, or they didn't like each other, or may have worked for them at one time and they didn't like him. So it's not a very smart practice to start dropping names. It's not going to get you anywhere. Now, finally, you need to relax so that you can observe and take notes. You're going to want to take notes of certain things that are going on around you during the traffic stop. You're going to want to note the time, date, the place, the traffic conditions, the road conditions, the weather conditions, and a few other very specific things that you're going to want to watch for. Now, to learn more about the specifics, go to our website at www.trafficticketguru.com and go to the free download section. You'll find a PDF document there titled Traffic Stop Notes. You can download this document for free, and it's nicely laid out, and it details all the specific things that you're going to be wanting to look for at the time of a traffic stop. If you're watching this video at trafficticketguru.com, then just look below the video and you'll find that PDF document there. It's free to download and you can have it instantly. Well, that's it for this video. We'll see you in video number 2, which details should you or shouldn't you fight your ticket. We'll go over what your options are and help you make a decision based on certain criteria. So until then, drive safe, slow down, and keep your money in your pocket.